Josh Allen has transitioned from overlooked cotton farmer to all-around NFL superstar over his remarkable life so far. Just like Josh in the early years, the Bills were written off before the 2024 season had even started, but through his remarkable play alone, they look primed and ready for another deep playoff run. And look, straight up, Allen is the architect for this brilliant start that they've had, and he looks set for an MVP possible type of season, ready to execute his prime years and challenge Patrick Mahomes as king of the AFC. And when he isn't dazzling on the field, he is living it up in his beautiful mansion or giving back to the community in countless different ways. And now fitting all of that in takes a busy schedule, which is exactly what we're going to cover in today's video, because this is a day in the life of Josh Allen. Are you looking for a new book this football season? BetUS is the answer. They have the fastest and easiest payouts in the industry, along with 24/7 personalized service 365 days a year. Not only that, but they have live wagering on all major games, so if you see something mid-game and want to make a wager on it, you can. And the best part is you get 10% back on your net losses twice a year. And now look, you guys knew I had to come through with you guys for a promo code, so make sure that you guys are using code YouTube150 for a nice 150% deposit bonus on up to $2,000. That's right, we were doing 125%, but we said screw that, we're giving you guys 150% instead. Again, that is promo code YouTube150 for a 150% deposit bonus on up to $2,000. Again, thank you to BetUS for sponsoring today's video, but for now, let's hop back into it. And now straight up, you have to fit a lot into your day if you want to be an NFL darling, as well as helping out your community. Thankfully though, Josh is used to the early morning starts due to him having to wake up early to work on his family farm. When he wasn't playing sports with his brother, Josh was working on the farm or in his mother's restaurant, which means that getting up early to work out and study film is no problem. A nutritious breakfast that's high in protein will set him up nicely for a day of workouts, and to make sure he is eating as healthy as possible, he has just hired a new chef. This is a new development for the 2024 season, with Allen telling Athlon Sports that she is cooking up things without the use of milk and butter, trying to make things super simple and clean. However, on cheat days, you can bet he enjoys a bowl full of Josh Jacks, his very own cereal, which he created with Wegmans, one of his many business ventures, which we will touch on in more detail later. For Josh though, like any NFL player, workouts are crucial for him. One of his biggest assets is his size and strength, which he utilizes to absolutely run over unfortunate linebackers and secondary players when they get in his way. He first started doing this in junior college when he grew by 2 inches and added 30 pounds.
What do you weigh? Can I guess?
Yeah.
254?
God, do I look that fat?
No, is it? Well,
No, I'm just kidding. I typically
like
weigh
240?
around 242, 245, 246.
Oh.
And it's crucial that he maintains this now and for the rest of his career. Unlike many of his fellow NFL stars, Allen is a relatively reserved guy who doesn't share too much about what he gets up to in his own time. But we know that he will be doing a good combination of weight work, cardiovascular fitness, and on-field drills. These workouts have helped him boast a physical toolset that has made him one of the most unstoppable forces on the field, headlined by a cannon for an arm. His 18,354 passing yards since 2020 are the second most, placing him among the NFL's elite, and includes 4 straight seasons with over 4,000 yards. That is enough to make any team a Super Bowl contender, but when you combine that with his insane rushing ability, you truly get one of the best to play the game. Allen has also rushed for 3,611 yards across his 6 completed seasons so far, averaging 601 yards per season. This is also second best in the NFL, making him one of the hardest quarterbacks to game plan for. Not only does he have the strength to outmuscle linebackers and the speed to outrun some secondary players, but he also has elite vision and patience that any high-end running back would be jealous of. His legs give the Buffalo Bills such an advantage, which is reflected in the sheer numbers of times that you see the Bills call his number on a 3rd and short or even a 4th and short. Very few players across the entire NFL are as successful as when Josh has the ball in his hands and is simply asked to run. But as I said before, in order for him to maintain this style of play that he does like to do, he has to keep his weight up. And in addition to the workouts that he does do, Josh Allen eats a lot of food. And when I say a lot, I mean the dude grubs out. And yes, while he is undoubtedly sticking to a strict diet during the season, he has admitted that his favorite tailgating grub is pulled pork sandwiches or a nice simple old school hamburger with cheese, mustard, ketchup, and mayonnaise. Like, I mean, hell, the dude loves eating food so much that he had to wait 30 minutes to get a Big Mac one time, which honestly, I think we all can relate to because of how good a Big Mac is.
You still crushing fast food?
Yeah.
If you were to say what the best fast food burger is,
Burger.
just strictly burger.
Nothing beats a Big Mac, man.
What?
McDonald's?
I may or may not have waited 35 to 40 minutes in the drive-through line last night on my way to the hotel because I was really hungry. There was nothing open. And got myself a Big Mac, allegedly.
Yeah.
And now, yes, that is unlikely to make his coaches happy, but everyone is allowed a cheat day from time to time, and this definitely keeps the pounds on. Oh yeah, and he has another favorite cheat meal of his as well. Now living in Buffalo, chicken wings are unsurprisingly a big part of his life. And rumor has it that the Bills quarterback crushes 40 wings in each sitting. And if you don't believe me, this knowledge is coming directly from a waitress at his favorite Wingstop, Barbell. And now once lunch is taken care of, Josh Allen's busy day does continue, and only gets even crazier from here. More often than not, it will consist of more workouts and kind of some more studying film, but that's only half of the game. Quarterback play is an incredibly complex and intricate art, and to ensure that he is taking care of that side of the game, Josh works with a sports scientist called Chris Hess, who founded Biometric, a state-of-the-art biomechanical movement technology company. The pair tinkered with mechanics in the lead up to the 2024 season, but their first time together started back in 2019 with some more significant work. Hess focused on Josh's mechanics using 3D technology to identify that Allen's passing mechanics occurred in reverse order of what they should. They managed to get this fixed, and the results were extraordinary.
Digitally mapped my mechanics, and like you do this thing, like you do this warm up, and all of a sudden it connects all your joints, and
You got like that
it
wire,
can tell,
and they're
like,
like, yeah.
30% or 30 degrees of angle on your ankle flexion, and
Right.
your left knee is stronger than your right knee, and we used some force plates. He did it great, and I think Chris Hess, along with Jordan, after watching that and getting that breakdown of my mechanics, that's when things were like switched, because everything up top was beating everything down low. It was almost like reverse order.
Right.
So as soon as I started learning sequencing, and whether it's the right thing to do or not, I kind of elongated my arm.
Okay.
Which allowed everything else, because I was so quick here.
Right.
It allowed everything else to kind of sequence through.
Gotcha.
And then it's still
More
whipping at the
body
end.
and less
Yeah.
arm. Let the arm follow the body a little bit more.
Propelling Allen into a stratosphere that could one day allow him to produce a more impressive legacy than Patrick Mahomes. The result of Allen's work with Hess was a significant improvement, with Allen's completion percentage jumping from 58.8% in the 2019 regular season to 69.2% in the 2020 regular season. Not long after that, Allen kickstarted his run of consecutive 4,000-yard plus seasons, so Bills fans have a lot to thank Chris Hess for. And now, if Allen isn't working on his passing mechanics, he will be getting in the passing reps with his teammates or working on cardio improvements. So far in 2024, he has an incredible connection with almost all of them, making up for a loss of Stephon Diggs by sharing his targets pretty evenly among the likes of Khalil Shakur, Dalton Kincaid, James Cook, and even rookie Keon Coleman. This new, efficient, and shared approach has gotten the Bills off to a fantastic start, and despite their frustrating loss to Baltimore a couple weeks ago and now the Texans, they still look like a red-hot Super Bowl contender and possibly even a top 3 team still this year. After practice or workouts are complete, there is still plenty on Josh's plate, but whenever possible, he will get himself onto the golf course. But as a community darling, he always has to make time for the fans. He is absolutely adored in Buffalo, which should honestly come as no surprise given the sad state of football quality in the years that preceded Allen's tenure. The fans all want a piece of him, and Josh makes sure to give them the attention they deserve, always staying behind to give signatures, take selfies, and even pose with babies. As one of his teammates correctly said, Allen is aware of what he means to the fan base and takes great pleasure in making sure that he gives back to them after every training session. The reason they love him is because he has elevated the team's performance and given them 5 straight years of playoff football. Prior to their playoff season in 2017, Buffalo fans had gone 17 years without playoff football, which means they have been eternally grateful for what Josh has provided to them. As are the Buffalo Bills, and they showed that by rewarding their golden boy with a 6-year, $258 million contract extension in 2021. This has enabled him to land a pretty tidy living situation, which makes his return back from training as pleasant as possible. This started with a $659,000 house in Orchard Park, New York, with 4 bedrooms and 4 baths, but has since expanded considerably. Allen now boasts a property portfolio that includes a $7.2 million beach house in Dana Point, California, giving him somewhere to hang out in the summer that is close to his original hometown of Firebaugh. While the house itself is a stunner, it also comes with the added bonus of a members-only beach club with a golf course. So I mean, you can definitely bet that Allen spends a good amount of time there in the summer during the off season. To round out the property portfolio, there is also a pretty tidy $2.3 million house in Rancho Mission Viejo, which has 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and a pretty luxurious rooms to explore. It truly is not a bad haul, and with such a fantastic array of houses to choose from, it's only right that he has cars to match. His collection starts with a $65,000 Jeep Grand Wagoner, but also includes a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, a Range Rover Sport, and a Dodge Challenger Hellcat. Allen clearly likes cars that follow his style of play, which are big and powerful. It's a luxurious life for one of the NFL's biggest stars, but he doesn't get to keep all that money to himself. One of Josh Allen's most impressive traits is his desire to give back to his community that he is around in Buffalo. He's known pretty well for his community events and efforts that he does give out to the community in Buffalo, and honestly, he even dedicates a good chunk of his time on the weekends or even evenings to attend to these. The biggest impact he has made is at John R. Oshie Hospital, where he regularly visits children and even has a wing named after his grandmother. Josh is very aware of how tough life can be for children undergoing extended periods of time in the hospital and what an impact sports stars can make on them. His empathy comes from his own real-life experiences too, caused by spending time supporting his brother in the hospital while younger.
My brother had a rare disease when he was little, Kawasaki disease, and he was in the hospital for about a week. And I remember how I felt seeing my brother go through that, seeing my parents go through that.
Which has encouraged him to visit children in the hope that he can do anything to alleviate even a little bit of pain and offer a rare moment of joy to them. He remembered what it was like when he saw his hero walk through the hospital doors when he was there for his brother, which makes doing it a no-brainer for him to do the same.
It's the smallest thing you can do is just go say hi to somebody and just put a big smile on their face.
Nice to meet you. Joe's told me all about you.
Let them know that the person that they're looking up to is also looking out for them.
That's sweet. I can't believe you came.
Jake, you want to get in a picture?
You want to get in?
A quarter? Okay, say go Bills.
Go Bills.
The Oshie Hospital is of particular significance to Josh because it's where his grandmother spent her final days. Following that tragic moment in Josh's life, he asked the fans to each donate $17 each to the hospital, which they gladly did. Almost $1 million was raised, and as a result, the hospital decided to name their new wing the Patricia Allen Ward. This inspired Josh and his family to set up the Patricia Allen Fund, from which 100% of the donations are directly used for the care of Western New York kids and families. Allen organizes an annual 117-hole golf event to raise money for the fund, while also supporting the Jesse Reese Foundation, which supports kids fighting cancer, leukemia, and lymphoma. As part of this, he wears a blue NEGU bracelet, which stands for Never Ever Give Up. He helps share this message with the children he visits anytime he goes to the hospital.
I said every day, never comes off. It's called the NEGU Foundation, so it's the Never Ever Give Up Foundation. So when you put this on, you can't take it off. Are you willing to do that? All right. Well, there we go.
I mean, honestly, between him being on the field and all the community work that he does do, it truly is remarkable that he has any other energy to put it anywhere else, but surprisingly, he does have energy to go do more on top of all of this. Not satisfied with simply earning a pretty penny through his NFL contract, Josh has ventured down several other business routes, one of which has allowed him to celebrate one of his biggest passions in golf. In 2020, Allen bought shares of Encore Golf Technology, a golf ball manufacturer and golf entertainment company founded and based in Buffalo, New York. He's also partnered with PBL Sports and Entertainment and has dabbled in the food world with his formidable cereal product named Josh Jacks, which he did with Wegmans. And even after all of that, Josh Allen still has time to go and reinvest more time into the land where, or I should say soil, where he grew up as a kid. His family farm, now called Allen Ranch, has been receiving plenty of attention from Josh, where he and the family plan to cultivate 2,500 acres of pistachios over the next decade. And I mean, as you can tell in this video, pretty much everybody wants a piece of Josh Allen, or at least to be involved in his life some way, somehow. Whether it's the adoring community in Buffalo or international companies, somebody wants to be a part of it, and in 2023, that list grew even larger. This time with the cover photo on EA's enormously popular Madden video game is reserved for one of the very biggest faces of the NFL. Over the years, it's included Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, John Madden, Lamar Jackson, Barry Sanders, and in 2023, Josh Allen was added to the list, adorning the cover of Madden 24. The cover reveal party was a big one, and so it should be. For the next year and for many more are still to come, Josh Allen will be greeting hundreds of thousands of people as they prepare for a good session of Madden football. But from his play on the field to his efforts in the community off of it, Josh Allen is a certified legend. He's not as active on social media as other NFL stars are, but hopefully this video has given you a little bit of insight of what goes on behind the closed doors for Josh Allen. All he is missing is a Super Bowl ring, which he desperately deserves. The question is, does it arrive in February of 2025? But I want to know what you guys think. As always, make sure to let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this video. How good are the Bills this year? What do you think, Josh Allen? Are they going to bounce back from the Texans game? As always, let me know in the comments. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next one.